Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Chowtown Games Forecast. Last time we covered August games and there was a lot in there. I definitely underestimated some of the titles, particularly Baldur's Gate 3, which I am now excited to try out with some friends. There was a good stream of games and I am scared to say that that stream is not stopping. It is only going to get more packed from here. September is when I believe the storm truly begins, so with that being said, I'm your host Itachi, and let's get into it. First up in the month is Starfield, coming on September 6th, although it is September 1st if you got the deluxe edition of the game. It is releasing on PC and the Xbox Series platforms, and it will also be coming to Game Pass day 1 for its platforms. So if you're hesitant or already have a subscription, you can go ahead and try it there. Starfield is going to be a massive game for Microsoft, and it is one of the most anticipated games of the year. Bethesda Game Studios is making it. It's the first new universe in 25 years that they're making, and Microsoft's output has been, it's been bad. There's no way around it. All these factors and more are why there are so many eyes on this title. This game has been talked about for years, and people will finally be able to join this massive world. This game is touted as being Bethesda's biggest world yet. There are over 1,000 planets, the side quests are supposed to branch off and become side stories, and the main quest sounds to be a good length based on reviews. As for the gameplay, it looks like there's going to be a good balance between action, adventure, and creation. Creativity in advancing civilizations, making your character, and modeling your ship seem to be a big focus in this. By the time this video is out, reviews will probably be out. But they are not as of recording, so the closest that we've gotten as of recording are hints that this does not have that many bugs and that it is a fantastic game. We don't have much longer to see how this does, so hopefully this is a hit that Microsoft needs. And after Starfield is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Teal Mask DLC for the Nintendo Switch. That is a mouthful. This DLC is releasing on September 13th, and I have not touched this game in a long time. While this DLC probably won't push me back to it, I do think it's an important release, and I gotta let you guys know about it. The Teal Mask takes you to a new area called Kitakami, where you will experience a new story for this DLC. There are new characters ready to greet you in there, as well as new Pokemon. And they've shown a few of them. Perrin seems to be the most popular new character, for obvious reasons. And the most recent Pokemon to be revealed is Poltergeist, who is super cute. It's obviously a variant of Poltegeist, but it's a new Pokemon called Poltergeist, probably one of those like Paradox Pokemon type things. I say type things like I'm an old man that's never played it. It looks like it's a Paradox Pokemon, but I didn't look too into it. It's cute. It's a very cute Pokemon. The Teal Mask seems to be a good wave of DLC, and we still have the Indigo disc to look forward to. This was a very short section, but this is a cool release that needs to be talked about. And the next non-DLC lands on September 15th, and that is the Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster Pack. This is another Switch exclusive for the month, and it is a JRPG made by Monolith Soft when they were not owned by Nintendo. I don't know much about these games other than that the battle mechanics involve cards, and that the music absolutely smacks. Just listen to this. This is just a regular battle theme in the game. I've listened to the rest of the soundtrack and everything else is also up to par. Knowing that this is the same team that made the Xenoblade series makes me very happy. I get a little intimidated by card RPGs, but this is definitely one I want to take a look at when I have more time to play games. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 are definitely surprise remasters, and I hope that Bandai Namco gives us a few more surprises soon. And now we move on to something that is not in the Nintendo space, which is Lies of P. And this releases on September 19th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. This also launches on Game Pass for both Xbox and PC, so those users do have a little bit of a treat that day. Lies of P is a Pinocchio Dark Souls game, and that is exactly what it is. There's no exaggeration on that. You play as Pinocchio, and you're on a journey to find Geppetto. On that journey, you will fight twisted beings that will be trying to stop you. There's also a life system implemented in the game that will affect both minor and major paths that you take. If I remember right, I think it said that there would be 3 different endings and a lot of different paths through the story. By paths, I have a feeling that will be like bosses and NPCs that you meet, but I have no way to confirm that because the game isn't out yet, obviously. There's a visual confirmation whenever you tell a lie, and it's theorized that it will have negative effects if you lie too much. That explains the title, as it is literally Lies of Pinocchio. The Dark Souls aspect becomes very clear as you see the gameplay, which you are seeing right now, and it clearly takes inspiration. It's clearly a Souls-like game, it's described as such, and there's an emphasis on how challenging the game can get. The more I see about this game, the more I get interested in it. I'm a sucker for twisted fairy tale stories, and the idea of a crazy Pinocchio story really appeals to me. I haven't played the demo, as I usually like my first experiences with games to be the full release, but there is a demo if you're interested in it. The demo progress does not carry over, however, to the final release, so that will be a warning that you will get right now. Lies of P comes out soon, and I am excited for it. And now that I'm done talking about Lies of P, we get another hugely anticipated game that same day, Mortal Kombat 1. And that releases on September 19th alongside Lies of P. It releases on all platforms, including the Switch. Mortal Kombat 1 is going to hit hard, and it is going to hit fast. So many people are excited for this, and it's easy to see why. Resetting the universe after Mortal Kombat 11 was an incredibly smart decision. This opens up the door for new people to try out Mortal Kombat, and it also keeps returning players happy since they'll be able to spot the differences in the lore. I have never been super into Mortal Kombat, but I've consistently tried them out. Although I won't be getting it at launch, this is the first one that I'm excited to play. The story is really intriguing, the characters are awesome, the mechanics remind me a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom, and the post-launch support seems wild. We're getting Homelander, Omni-Man, and Peacemaker in the same DLC pack. It makes me wonder what other fighters will be getting in different packs. And I've thought about it with some friends, and we'd love to see the last Ronin turtle, or maybe another horror mascot in as DLC. And we think that Pennywise should probably be the most likely, or well, at least it's the one that we want the most. Mortal Kombat 1 just looks to be a blast, a brutal one at that, and it comes out soon. I'm excited to try it out at some point. Now, what comes out the day after Lies of P and Mortal Kombat? We take a complete 180 of a tone to what other than Party Animals. Party Animals releases on September 20th on Xbox and PC, as well as Game Pass for both platforms. This game looks silly! It looks wacky, it looks crazy, it looks like any synonym I can think of. For such an obviously silly game, it looks beautiful for some reason. It just has a certain charm to it that I can't quite put my finger on. I can't tell if it's the physics, if it's the animal suits, how they're stylized, if it's the gameplay mechanics, or maybe it's just all of it. I am not lying when I say that this is a game that is high up there in excitement for the rest of the year purely because of how much fun it'll be with my friends. I'm just thinking about how we'll be trying to do something as a team and then Lou just comes in to cause mayhem. Party Animals is going to be a crazy time, and I cannot wait to play it. And wow, the day after Party Animals is another big game. Kinda crazy that we go a 3-day period for back-to-back releases. On September 21st, we see the release of Payday 3 for PC, Xbox Series consoles, and PS5. This will also be a day 1 on PC Game Pass, not console, so be aware of that if you're looking forward to playing this game on Game Pass. If you didn't know, Payday is the heist series. In Payday 3, you'll get to plan and execute heists in whatever style you seem fit. You can go dark and stealth it out, you can go guns blazing, or you could do a mix of both. I only briefly touched on Payday 2, so I don't know much about the series, but I do know that this is a huge deal. Payday 2 released 10 years ago, and even though it's gotten pretty consistent updates, people have been asking for the third installment for a long time. It has an addicting loop to a lot of people, and I have a feeling that this could be the one that gets me into the series. We got lots of games coming out though, so hopefully I'll be able to balance it out. And the last game on my list is DLC for one of the most infamous games ever, and that is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Phantom Liberty launches September 26th on PC, Xbox Series consoles, and PS5. Man, is Cyberpunk a crazy story. It launched in an abysmal state. Still sold well, but it costed a lot to repair CD Projekt's reputation. After a lot of patches, it ended up being a pretty good game, I think above average from what I hear. Then the Edge Runners anime released, and man did that generate a ton of hype for it. Sales spiked, player counts were at an all-time high, and then boom! Phantom Liberty was announced. And now this seems to be one of the highest anticipated DLCs. It's supposed to be a story set in a new area of Night City, where there will be gameplay additions that will transfer to the base game. I believe that the most popular of which are police chases, which will escalate and get pretty crazy. Phantom Liberty is only coming out on current platforms, so last gen users will not be getting it, unfortunately. I do totally see why this is the case though. Hopefully most people do get a chance to play this DLC. And that covers the games that I found notable or am looking forward to for September 2023. The storm has officially started, and I do not think that it will slow down at all. There are periods where games are releasing back to back, and it is just an insane time. With all the games coming out, I'm sure I missed some, so let me know what I missed and what games you're looking forward to in the comments below. This was the Chao Games forecast for September 2023, and we'll see you in the next one.